Hi and welcome back to another tutorial. I'm Rebecca and today I want to talk about a trick that was difficult for me to learn, the Makako. I think it's one of the most technical beginner tricks, so it's quite common to struggle with it. And while there's already a good video about the motion and technique of the trick by Sakalomo, the inventor of the trick, what I want to do today is go over the small and big ways that you can get the trick wrong to hopefully help you avoid some of these. We're going to start by quickly looking at what we're aiming for. Then we're going to go over all of the mistakes, and at the end I'm going to give you a few tips of how you can train it. Let's start by reviewing how the trick works. So you start in the Nevermind position, so you hang on both hands and one foot below the line. And then when the line goes up, you let go of the inner hand, you open it up in a big circle, you kick with the non-hooking foot, you complete the arm circle and re-grab the line, the hand already facing the way that you want to finish for the back belly motion. Then you initiate a back belly roll-like motion, you re-grab with the second hand as well, so you do a half turn, and you finish the back belly roll. For the leash position, there are several options. What David recommends in his video is to have it between the hooking foot and the hands. I don't like that position because it gives me less space for the foot to kick through, and also the leash can be in the way when I re-grab with the hand. So what I like to do instead is to have the leash over the hooking foot and behind me. That way it can be in the way when you drop to Nevermind, but it's out of the way for the trick, and that's how I prefer it. But what this also shows is that the option I give is usually just one of multiple options, and that you just have to see what works best for you. Before getting in the details of the Makako, let's quickly look at how to drop into Nevermind. So I would recommend that you're able to do chest bounces beforehand, and if you don't know them yet, I've just made a video about it. You can check it out below. So when the line goes up, you let it come towards you by bending your knees, and then at the top of the bounce you grab with both hands and you drop to the side, and then you also hook with the foot and drop in the second half of the bounce to end in Nevermind at the bottom. So now we're ready. The first major mistake I made with Makakos is to try it with too little bounce on a too short line. Both of these things lead to little airtime, and while it's certainly possible to do the trick with little airtime, it's just a lot harder to learn it, and also the perceived lack of airtime will make all of the other mistakes that I'm going to explain in a second much more likely. So for this trick, I would recommend to start bouncing and standing, then drop to Nevermind from standing, and then go for the Makako. And also, if you struggle with the trick already for a while on a 50-meter line, maybe if you can, try it on a 70-meter line, or if you can, add bungees to your 50-meter line. The second thing that can go wrong, even if you do everything else correctly, is that you start the trick too early, right after the bottom of the bounce. Because if you do that, you will hit the back belly motion part of the trick too early when the line is still at the top and not going down. So you have to do all of the going up, and the line doesn't do half of the work, which makes it a lot harder. So be a little patient, wait a little after the bottom until you start the trick, and it will probably be a lot easier. The next one is still about doing something too early. So even if you wait long enough for the trick, if you mix up the order of the first two things, namely letting go of the hand and kicking, and you kick fast and then let go of the hand, you will block yourself in the motion. And depending on how long you will do that, you will either not finish the trick or not get very far in the motion at all. Even when you time everything correctly, you kick after you let go of the hand, you can still get the hand or arm motion wrong. There's the tendency, especially with too little bounce, to re-grab as soon as possible. What you want to do instead is to really open up and to go with the hand first down and then up in a big circular motion. And pay attention that you really finish this circle all the way to the end so that the hand faces forward for the back belly motion. Don't try to take shortcuts here, not at the beginning of the motion, not in the middle, but really go for a big circle. And the fifth and final mistake is to finish the trick in the horizontal. This can happen when you do the back belly roll on top of your second hand, so you can't re-grab it and you're sort of stuck. Or if you just don't focus to take that energy to go all the way to a straight belly position and then you finish just in the horizontal. And here I would say really try to do that, try to do the motion till the end, because when you're more straight, it's a lot easier to stand up in the next bounce or to do a different trick from belly in the next bounce. Now we reviewed all of the ways that I got the Makako wrong in different phases of the process. As you can see, it's a really complex motion, so I would recommend to start with a little bit of dry training next to the line, where you just go through the different parts of the trick and see if you really understand how the motion is supposed to work. And once you understood that, you can go on the line. And if you get stuck there, I think it can help to take a video, because as you could also see, it can make a difference how you turn the hand, for example. And these things might not be obvious at first, so I think it can help to have a closer look at what you're actually doing. But I promise, once you got it, it's a really fun trick, and also one that doesn't take a long time to get consistent. If you found or find another way that you can do the Makako wrong, please let me know in the comments below, and see you next time.